Hello everyone, welcome back to From Concept to Code. This is part 2 of us creating our Impostor game. In this video, we are going to connect Lovable Cloud, and then that'll allow us to basically make it so that the word generation is dynamic. Because right now, if you go over to the code base into the data section, you'll see we have the word packs file, but it's limited obviously by, it's a static file. So we could obviously prompt Lovable and ask for more categories and more words to be added, and that would be perfectly acceptable. Alternatively, what we can do is connect Lovable Cloud, connect the AI, and that will basically give us an infinite number of categories and words to work from in the future. Cool. So I'm going to close the code view, and I'm going to say, hey, Lovable, please can we turn on Lovable Cloud? I would like to integrate AI so that the word generation is dynamic. The categories come in every time fresh, and so do the words as well. I don't want repeats. So actually what we'll do is we'll turn on a table storage that basically stores all the words against, actually that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense because we're not authenticating right now, so we will still have to store the fact that a word has happened in the local storage, but that's fine because otherwise we'd need authentication, and we can build authentication out and make it so that it never repeats a word for me, but we can store that in local storage until the cache refreshes, and then you'd obviously there'd be potential that you get a repeated word. I hope because we're using AI that the randomness of it would allow us never to get a new word, never to get a repeated word, but that's okay. I've recorded all of this, and I'm actually just going to submit that in Lovable. I think it will be actually good context. I always find that the more context that you give it, the better. It just kind of helps. I'm going to do that in chat mode. I'm going to press enter, and we'll just let that kind of, think a little bit for a moment. Thinking. I understand what you're looking to do. Let me make sure I've got this right. Enable Lovable Cloud, dynamic AI generated words, local storage for used words, trust AI randomness. Exactly. Good, I can see how the game currently uses, get random word pack from the static word packs. Here's my understanding and plan. Replace static word pack, creative, great, enable Lovable Cloud, cool. I think one little thing I'd like to add to this, which I think would be really good, is if for some reason the AI generation fails, maybe your internet cuts out, I would love for it to default back to the static word pack. So I don't want to remove that. And I think we could still build that out in general. For example, we could make this a PWA, a progressive web app, which would basically allow you to store the application as an application on your phone. So if you ever didn't have internet, you could still play it. And I think that'd be really useful. So maybe in this video, we'll actually also make a PWA. We'll turn it into one. It's really simple to transition from a normal application, web app, into a PWA as well. Well, it should actually do it for us now that we've just spoken to it. So that should be good. It might ask to do it in phases. Great thinking. That's a really smart approach. Thank you. Having AI-powered dynamic words when online, but gracefully falling back to static word packs when offline, and making it PWA is perfect for a party game like this, since you might be playing at a cabin, on a road trip, or anywhere with spotty internet. I think what we, I would say what would be cool is if we could dynamically update the code base based off of anything that comes in through AI, but I don't think that's possible right now. We could have it so that when a word comes in through AI, it comes into the database, but if we were offline, we still wouldn't have it. So maybe best we just add 300, 400, 500 words into the static file. So I'm going to generate this plan. Perfect. Sorry, I'm going to implement the plan. And that's actually going to start implementing these changes. And what are the changes he blindly executed? Enable Lovable Cloud. So that's going to be the first prompt that comes through. It's going to tell me to turn on Lovable Cloud. So I'll do that. That gives us access to LLMs. That gives us access to basically the built-in backend as well, which is really great. So step 2, we will have the update game logic, create AI word service, update use game stats. So add loading state, generating word, call AI service. Fine, add loading indicator, make it a PWA as part 3, and that's good. How it all works together. User starts the game, try AI, success, AI returned. No success, we use a static word pack, game continues. That's perfect. Lovable Cloud is enabled. We'll enable Lovable AI, add the PWA plugin, and create all the necessary files in parallel. Great, so we can see the PWA is being installed. We're updating, we're reading those screens. Now we're updating the index, the config, and the word generator now. So use game stats, updating that. I'm gonna click new game so that when we load here, we'll load into, we'll just get to see the updates really. Okay, so I think we're just about finished with Lovable generating all of the code that it needs. We're just doing the index.tsx, editing the index.html. We should probably have an app, editing app.tsx. I'm not sure which one. Oh no, we're having images generated now. Okay, all done, implemented, Lovable Cloud, fallback, used word tracking, loading states, and PWA app is now installable with offline support. Static packs work without internet. That's fantastic. Yeah, so we could add an install instruction page for the PWA. We could add a discussion timer as well. We could add sound effects. We can really start to build this out into a complex game if we wanted to. I'm going to click play now. I'm going to click start game. There's 2 imposters now. Start game, generating word. Okay, we have our word. Board games is the category, and Catan is the word. Impostor, Catan. Now, do we have a static category called board games? Animals, movies, food, jobs, places, sports, music, holidays, TV shows, countries, famous people, video games. We don't have board games. So that nicely came from our AI word generation, which makes me happy. I don't think we put any tables in place. No, so there's nothing being stored on the back end. We're simply fetching words with that prompt. Now I'm going to add the install instructions page on iOS and Android, so that when someone accesses it from their phone, they'll see immediately install instructions so that they can store it on their phone, which I think will be really helpful to people. I think it generated us a little icon as well that it will use. So we could replace it with our own icon, but basically, when you see any app on your phone, you see the icon, you click it, it loads. So, if we were to build this out into a bit more of a brand or introduce payments, etc., we'd want to kind of make it unique to our brand. But for now, I actually just want to use this when I'm traveling, when I'm in a hostel, when I'm on a plane, wherever I might be, because it's just a really fun party game for people to enjoy. I'm going to add a timer as well. I think a timer will be good. I know that sometimes when you're the imposter and the time's ticking and you're like, oh, what word shall I do? And people around you are like, you need to be quicker. So I think having the option to have the timer on will be quite fun, because I tend to take a while with my words. Okay, install for offline play. That's great. Android, open in Safari. Great. Android open in Chrome. You could use the open in Chrome as well on iPhone, so that's fine. Back to game, that's cool. Add a discussion timer, round customizable durations. Perfect. I'm interested in how that timer works per player. So they give their word, you click next. Maybe if the person starts to take too long, you can click start timer or something like that, so that it's like, okay, cool, we're activating the timer rule or something. I think that's better than having a timer just constantly running, because sometimes if the game's going quite well and it's quite fun, you don't want to be restricted by a timer, but other times you might want to be. So I want it to be an optional kind of feature. Great, so Lovable's gone ahead and gone from voice to text on that. Oh no, it didn't. Naughty. I'm going to edit that because it didn't. I pressed enter before it got my recording. So luckily I can click the edit button on a prompt that I've given and click revert and send, and it will go ahead and allow me to send it again with the updated text. So that's really helpful. I think this is the last feature we'll implement on here. I could sit and build this out for a long time, but I think that's good. I think we'll have a good game after this. How does that look on mobile? Yeah, I'm going to say, actually, once the timer's done, I want to make the selections for the rounds, so player 1, 2, 3. I want to make those cards a little bit more boxy and square, maybe add some little like glossy effects, some light animations, just to make it look more appealing. I think it will look better when people play it. It's such a small thing, but just gently improving the user experience, I think will be fun for people. We'll wait for the timer to load. So 30, 60, 90-second durations as well. I'll press enter. We can go have a look at the feature that we've just put in now, the timer. So reveal, you're the imposter. I'm a unicycle. Okay, cool. So the game's going. We have the discussion timer, 30 seconds. We'll click start whilst our player cards are being improved. Hopefully the timer won't run out, or the timer will run out before this lovable process runs. Oh, great. So the timer's started. It looks okay. It looks okay. I'm not convinced actually that, I think it's a bit too big. Let's see what it looks like on mobile. Oh no, that's fine. That's actually quite good on mobile. I think that's good. Okay, the last thing I'll do is just add a reveal particles or sparkle during the role reveal modal, just to make it slightly pretty. And then we'll stop. We'll stop there. You can see what's really nice is that the mobile UI that we have, it positions the buttons really nicely at the bottom where you're using the app. And then obviously you've got the discussion timer under the players. As you can see, I can actually click again on my word and show it for myself. Maybe we want that, maybe we don't. You could always just stop that from showcasing. I'm going to click publish now so that we can have the updated version available, wordimpostergame.lovable.app. If you want to go play it or use it, go ahead. It's there now. I'll probably add a few more words after this video just so it's there. And then I've got a flight later today, so I think I'll try and find some people to play it with whilst I'm flying. Great, so, hey, that's quite pretty. That's actually really nice on the word reveal. I'm happy with that. So there we have it. We have our improved imposter game. There are many features I'm sure we could add. Maybe there'll be a part 3. If you think there's anything cool that we could add to it, just let us know in the comments and we'll definitely make it better. Otherwise, we have a bunch of other tutorials and experiments that we'll be running on our various channels. Please come have a look, follow, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. We'll be around. Thank you so much.